All right, today we got the Los Angeles Chargers going to go over their offseason depth chart and look at their schedule and see if they can get over or under 9.5 wins, which is what Vegas has them set at. So we're going to hop right into it, doing this with all 32 teams. So make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. A lot of the videos are already out, but still got a lot to go. And so the biggest winners bringing in Khalil Mack. Good veteran. I think his best football's behind him, but still, he's got some left in the tank. They got some help on the offensive line. That was a huge problem for them last year. Signed a new center. I'm not going to butcher his last name. Uh, not even going to try. But made the Pro Bowl in the past. Definitely add some help. They got David Njoku coming over from Cleveland. I thought that was a good pickup, even though Gadskin did really well for them in his rookie year. So probably get both of them in the mix. Tony Jefferson, not bad either. And Delshon Phillips. Biggest losers, released a lot of people away. They got rid of, released Becton, and some of their offensive line, which makes sense after last year. St. Juice, uh, Tyler Conklin traded. I mean, they don't really need him on this roster with the tight ends that they have. In the draft, they definitely addressed the offensive line a little bit. Not in the first round, got a linebacker, but they drafted quite a lot of offensive linemen. So hopefully they get some help because that offensive line was atrocious, and this team has a lot of talent on it when it comes to the skill positions. So let's take a look at their depth chart. Got Justin Herbert. I am a big fan of Justin Herbert. I think he's a really good quarterback. I did see him on the sidelines with Madison Beer stroking his hair, though, and that was a little concerning. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, man? Focus. But Omnarion Hampton, I think he's going to step it up this year. He had a pretty solid rookie year, and hopefully that offensive line looks better this year and get some help. McKonkey, one of the most consistent players, one of my favorite players to bet on. Now, he had a stretch at the start of his career up to last season to where he had, I think it was like 4 or 5 catches and a floor of yards to 30 to 40 yards that he was extremely consistent on. So one of my favorite players to bet on. The way I bet is, or the way I do the research for my bets is through Data Streak. Links down below so you can check it out after this video if you're interested. We got Quinton Johnson. You know, he's your deep ball guy. He's not going to be, not necessarily a possession receiver, but he's going to stretch the field. So he had a decent year last year and still got a lot left in the tank. He's still young. So we got Gadskin. Again, great rookie year for him. David Njoku bringing him too. So they might be running more 2 tight end sets because, I mean, they have 2 very solid pass catching tight ends. And when we look at the offensive line, of course, they had Slater, but he was injured last year. He's back, so he's a stud. And then they got Joe Alt as well. So 2 studs on their tackle position, brought in a new center, and Cole Strange, Jake Slaughter. I think this offensive line is going to look a lot better this year. As long as Slater and Alt can stay healthy this year, time will tell on that. On the defensive side of the ball, we got Dalvin Tomlinson. We got Denzel, Perryman, Khalil Mack, the new addition. I like that. Derwin James. Hopefully he can stay healthy, but a stud when he's out there. So overall, pretty solid team. Great offense. Brought in some new weapons. And, the main concern here is going to be the offensive line. But let's look at their schedule. They need to get to over under 10 wins, really, is what Vegas has them set at. All right, so week 1, the Cardinals. I think the Cardinals are going to be the worst team in football this year. So that's a win. Raiders, same thing. That'll be a win. Bills, at Bills, we'll call that a loss. Seattle Seahawks, we'll call that a loss. Broncos, we're going to call that a loss as well. Chiefs at Arrowhead. They've got a tough stretch after their first 2 weeks. Chiefs could go either way. We're gonna call that a loss. Then they go into the bye. Then they have the Rams. Doesn't get a lot easier. We're gonna call that a loss at Rams. We're gonna say they beat the Texans. At Ravens, again, I think they can pick up some of these losses that I'm saying. They could be wins, pick up a win or 2 here, but we're going to call the Ravens a loss. But then they have the Jets. That'll be a win. Patriots at SoFi. We're going to call that a win. We're going to say they pick up a win. Now, I don't know if it'll be versus the Patriots, but they've had some tough games in here, and I think they're going to pick up a win somewhere. Buccaneers, I think they can win that. Raiders, I think they can win that. Now we're at 7. 49ers, 49ers are going to be tough this year. I'm going to call that a loss. Dolphins, we're going to call that a win. Chiefs, we called the first one a loss. We'll say they split these games. That puts us at 9. And then at the Broncos, I'm going to call that a loss. I think the Broncos are going to be good this year, and that puts us at 9 wins. And I honestly, looking at this roster and the whole situation around the Chargers, if I just said over under 9.5 wins, I would have given the over. But when I go through the schedule here, I'm going to have to go with the under. Let's go look at DraftKings. So they have the Chargers over at minus 140, 9.5 wins, under at plus 115. I like the value better at the under plus odds. But again, this team has they have the offense, they have the coaching, they have a lot in their favor. So this isn't one of my favorite ones. This isn't one of my favorite lines where I'm like, because I could see it going either way. This offensive line could look a lot better, and the Chargers could really turn it up this year. But if I had to choose, I'm going under 9.5 wins. Let me know if you agree or disagree down in the comments below. I could see this one going either way. Some of these teams that I've gone through, I'm pretty confident on an over-under. This one, it could really go either way. Maybe you throw in an alternate. I think they can definitely get to 8 wins, maybe 9 wins, but getting to 10 is where it gets a little iffy. Let me know in the comment section below if you enjoyed this video. Tap the like button. It really does help out a lot. Subscribe so you don't miss any of the other teams, and I'll see you in the next video.